Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by stagefront VIP. Being joined with David Benavidez ahead of this fight with Demetrius Andrade coming up November 25th on pay-per-view. Your second time on pay-per-view, David. I want to say, like, this is the road, long road maybe, to superstardom, but the road, and you're there. In that road, where do you feel you're at to get to the point, obviously, to be the star you want to be, but also to get that Canelo fight, too?
Well, to get to that road and to be that pay-per-view star, I have to do exactly what I'm doing. Keep facing the best fighters in the division. Like I said, I don't want to be that fighter that just waits for Canelo. I want to make my own lane. You know, I'm going to be the best of this generation by the time I'm done. So that means beating everybody that's good, everybody that's ranked the top in this weight division. And like I said, man, I'm very excited. I have a passion for this. I love boxing. I love training. I love everything to do with this. So, you know, I'm very prepared. I'm very focused. And I'm willing and I'm embracing any challenge that comes my way.
Do you see, though, that you're like close to the end of the journey to get what you're at and what you want, or do you think there's still kind of like you're in the middle of that, or you're like in the last part of that?
No, the journey doesn't end until I retire. I feel like I don't even want to think of like, oh, I'm almost close to getting that, because then that's when the brain turns off. You know what I mean? I really want to be the best, and I want to beat everybody. I really want to be dominant, and I am going to do that. But even after the Canelo fight, what's after that? You know what I mean? I got to maintain my dominance, and I want to be the best. Like I said, I want to be the best of my generation. And I just keep myself focused, keep myself training hard and motivated. And like I said, I'm going to be the best of this generation.
So a lot of people were thrown at your way for potential opponents, but it ended up being Andrade. That took a little while, too, to make official. What was the holdup there? It was just kind of specifics in the contract? Or
there's no specifics in the contract. You know, sometimes when these fights take a while, it's not in my hands. I would like to fight, you know, 5 times a year, you know, but sometimes a promotion company, they do what they got to do, and they got their dates, they got the venues and stuff like that, so I really have no control of that, you know. But the thing I do have control of is that I was working the whole time. I've been training this whole time, so
how long have you been training?
I only took 2 weeks off my last fight. But that's the thing about when you really start to train every single day, you make it a lifestyle. You know, you take breaks whenever you want. You just don't leave training, you know. I've been training for months. Like I said, I love this. I've been getting better and better at it, so, you know, this is my passion.
Did you get taller, bro?
It might be the shoes.
Oh, I'm like, looking at you, I don't remember you being this tall, bro.
Yeah, it might be the shoes.
Hey, when you look at Andrade, man.
Anyway, you're a pretty short dude anyway.
Yeah,
so.
no, hey, come on, bro. I'm average height, 5'9", average height for a Mexican. You're above average for a Mexican.
Yeah, exactly.
When you look at Andrade, bro, a lot of people don't want to fight him because he's a trickier fighter to fight, and he could really, if he decides to box, really, really difficult. We haven't seen that much in the last 2 fights, and people have said, like, oh, maybe he's kind of slowing down a little bit. Obviously, you're expecting the best, but what did you make an honest assessment of the last 2 fights he had?
I wasn't impressed with his last fight at all, only because they have a common opponent. Him and Edgar Berlanga have a common opponent in Nicholson. Berlanga dropped him 4 times. How much times did Andre drop him? None. And Berlanga had that guy super hurt. And to be honest with you, I think Berlanga's a good fighter, but I don't think he's at this level. And so that just basically spells it. You know what I mean? He don't have the power at the weight class. But he does have the hunger, you know what I mean? So I can't overlook anything he does. Maybe he's doing some different trainings, strength and conditioning training, whatever. I got to be focused on the best, the strongest, the fastest Demetrius Andrade, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
You know, given that, then, you feel he doesn't have the power for the division, what do you see your style being able to do with him?
Honestly, I feel like every fight that I fight is the same. You know, I mean, they try to do what they do usually, but then I end up breaking them down. And the way I do that is with consistency. You know, I stay consistent to the body. I stay consistent with combinations. I cut the ring off good. My gas tank is crazy. You know what I mean? And like I said, the fights are won in the training camps. If you fuck around in your training camp, you're going to have a fucked up fight. But if you really dedicate yourself the whole 3 months to the training camp, it's going to be the best you've ever looked.
You know, I got to ask you, I know you've been asked this a lot too, it's just curious, were you impressed by the Canelo fight, his performance, or did you expect more from Charlo? What was like your honest thoughts when you saw that?
To be honest with you, I feel like Charlo, he didn't give it his all, and I don't really like speaking on their perspective. I just felt like he could have did way more. But also I feel like the same thing from Canelo. You know what I mean? They didn't really throw much punches there. I think Canelo threw 350, something like that. That's a little bit.
No, so a lot of people are saying, Oscar even said, like, hey, Canelo should have stopped him.
Yeah, and an 18 by 18 ring, you know what I mean? But like I said, Charlo's never been knocked out either, so we can't be like, oh, Charlo should have been knocked out. So it was a good fight. Canelo did what he had to do.
Do you think he's back? Like he said, he's untouchable, unbeatable in the division.
Same he's always looked. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't care.
No, I know. Like you must get annoyed at times.
No, I'm saying that because that's what he said in the press conference.
Oh, I don't care who's next. Hey, look, it's something different now. Eddie finally mentioned your name, and he wasn't doing that a year ago, 6 months ago.
Like I said, I'm not going nowhere, bro. Like I said, when I tell you I'm gonna be the best of this generation, I really believe that in myself, and I really put the work in. I'm not going nowhere. And whenever they see me, if it's now, 2 years, 5 years, I'm not going nowhere, and I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna take all his belts.
Yeah, you've said that for, I want to say, a year and a half now, that you're going to be the one that beats him. It's still something that you deeply believe.
Yeah, I believe I'm the best. I believe I'm the best in the world, and we have to be patient. You know, with great things, you need a lot of patience. So that's what it is.
And finally, I want to touch on your brother fighting Jermell Charlo. I like that fight a lot. But tell me, how's your brother look? And what do you think of that fight that he has against Jermell?
He's been looking great, man. He's been working really hard. He has his family. You know, we're in Seattle together. We train every single day together.
Get choked up there, Dave.
No, it's burping.
No, I know.
I just ate a piece of chicken right now. But now he's been working hard, man. I'm really excited for him, and I feel like he's really came back really strong, and I feel like this is a perfect fight for him. That's why I keep saying it's going to be the biggest upset in years, because my brother's going to go in there, he's going to knock Charlo out.
Oh wow, yeah. All right. Hey, David, man, good seeing you. I know you're talking about hand sanitizer earlier. Trust me, I washed my hands earlier, but David Benavidez defending his title against Demetrius Andrade coming up on pay-per-view in Las Vegas. Good stuff, David.
Man, 6 weeks out, Demetrius Andrade, another big fight. How excited are you? Again, you're getting a chance at an undefeated guy, a guy that everybody has compared to a lot of the best in the division. How excited are you? Talk to us about it.
I'm very excited. I feel like it's another great fight, another great fighter to put on my resume. It's not going to be easy at all. It's going to be a tough fight, but this is the type of fights that excite me, the type of fights that motivates me. I really want to solidify myself as the best super middleweight in the world, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
When we talk about Demetrius Andrade, we talk about a guy that's tall, we talk about a guy with a long reach and hitting power on his own, and a guy that doesn't know how to lose. How do you once again take the will from a fighter who wants everything just as badly as you do?
It's just everything we've been doing my whole career. At the end of the day, the fights are won in the training camps. And I feel like I have the best training camps, I have the best trainers. We're going, by the time we finish this training camp, it's going to be about 3 months that we've been putting in work. So, like I said, you guys seen that I have everything. I have speed, I have the power, I have the gas tank. And I have a great opponent in front of me to bring it all out of me. It's not gonna be easy. He's gonna move around a lot. He has his own bag of tricks, but I'm ready for all of it, man.
And there's been clips, I saw the clip online of you training. A lot of people saying, man, he doesn't look like he's in good shape. But I'm standing in front of you, and you look like you're in good condition, man. Talk to us about the condition of David Benavidez.
So the thing about that is when I start training, it's called you prepare your body. You have to drink 2 gallons of water every single day. I do that. You drink 2 gallons of water, that's 20 pounds. Obviously, I'm gonna look a little puffy. You know what I mean? But
right.
That's how you do weight cuts. That's what people don't know about cutting weight and losing weight, and making sure you're hydrated enough to give the most you can every single day. And like I said, people always talk, bro. People always talk shit. I don't care what nobody says. At the end of the day, we put the work in, so we know what we're doing.
What's the temperature of you and Demetrius Andrade? There's been some back and forth before in other bouts. How do you feel personally about Andrade going into this bout?
I don't have any type of way of feeling about him. I think he's a great fighter. I think I'm very grateful for him making this fight happen. I think two great fighters have to come together and make a great fight happen.
Come on.
So I'm very excited. But I don't feel no type of way about him.
Hey, what's up, man? The WBC said the winner of this fight will fight Canelo is mandatory yet again. Canelo has agreed to fight the winner by March or be stripped. What's your thoughts on that?
I think the WBC has to do the right thing, and if Canelo doesn't want to fight me, then they should strip him and let me fight for the title. I've been the #1 contender for the past 2 years, and I've been doing my job. I've been doing my thing. That's what happens when you're #1 contender. You fight for the belt. So I think they should do the right thing, and if he doesn't want to fight, strip him of the title. But like I said, at the end of the day, I want to make my own lane. I don't want to just be that fighter waiting for Canelo. You know, as I'm doing now, I fought Caleb Plant, now I'm fighting Demetrius, and I want to make my own lane.
2 of the most avoided guys in boxing, one place. Look at the turnout. It means there's a reason for this. A lot of people don't want to fight him. A lot of people want to fight you.
Yeah.
What happens in a fight?
I'm very excited. Like I said, these are the type of fights I want. These are the type of fights that motivates me. Demetrius Andrade is a slick fighter. He's a lot of tricks in his bag. But like I said, he's going to bring the best out of me. And I've been working extremely hard for this camp, like I do for all my camps, you know what I mean? And I'm ready to go in there. You know, the last event was huge, so I'm looking forward to having another massive pay-per-view event.
Which fighter would you say is a more complete fighter, Canelo or Andrade?
I think the most complete now, you can't take away from anything that he's done, is Canelo. You know, he's obviously the more dangerous fighter. He has more knockouts. He's been in this weight class longer, so I feel like he's a complete fighter. But that doesn't take anything away from Andre because he's been ducked for so long, so we haven't even seen the best of him. But I'm preparing for the best Demetrius Andrade, and I know what's at the table. You know, I know what I'm getting ready for.
What would you say Andre's best strength is? What does he do?
He moves around a lot. He throws a lot of good combinations, throws good uppercuts, throws good looping overhand lefts. So yeah, I mean, I've been studying him a lot. You know, I mean.
David, I talked to Terrence Crawford before the Canelo and Charlo fight, and he let me know clearly, look, I want to fight the winner of this fight. What are your thoughts on Canelo Alvarez potentially not fighting you and fighting Terrence Crawford, and how do you think they would tangle together?
I mean, I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
David, what goes through your mind when you see fake news out there saying he's 60 pounds overweight? You saw that, I'm sure.
People just talk shit, bro. People just talk, they don't even know anything at all. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we know what social media is, we know what people do. So, I mean, I don't even care about what people say. You see me now, do I look 60 pounds overweight?
No.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm very comfortable. I'm very happy, and I'm very excited for this event.
Your brother against Jermell, is that happening? And
it's happening, and I'm telling you guys right now, this is the biggest upset probably the past 5 years. You know, my brother's been working extremely hard. My brother's gonna go in there. He's gonna get the victory.
So if he wins, does he fight Canelo?
I hope not. Shit, I hope not.
What was your assessment of the Canelo Charlo fight?
It was a good fight, bro. It was like I said, I'm not gonna discredit Canelo. He went in there, he did what he had to do. He fought another undisputed fighter, another undisputed champion. So he did what he had to do.
Canelo said this is a 50-50 fight. Does that surprise you since Canelo said that you were a great fighter, but he called Andre a horrible fighter?
I don't care what nobody says, bro. At the end of the day, we got to train, we got to prepare for these fights. I'm the one that has to study the fighter. At the end of the day, he's a great fighter. You know, he's an ex-champion. You know, he's the top contender in this. So if people say it's a 50-50, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't scare me. You know, because at the end of the day, I know all my fights from here on out, they're the biggest fights that are going to have on my career. So I'm ready for whatever. You know, he's good for a reason. He's ranked 3 or 4 for a reason. So I'm ready for whatever comes my way.
Where will a win against Andre place you on the pound-for-pound list in your opinion?
I wouldn't say I'm not in the pound-for-pound list right now until I get the titles. But the only thing keeping me from the titles is Canelo. But we're going to make the best fights happen, best fights possible happen, and that's what we're doing.
Do you feel like you need a KO versus Andrade to solidify where you already are, or do you think you've done enough just with a victory?
No, I feel like I don't like to put pressure on myself and say I need a KO. I would like a KO. You know, that's what we're training for. But at the end of the day, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I am going to, you know, inflict as much damage as possible on Demetrius Andrade, just like I do in all my other fights. You know,
most of your opponents don't talk a lot of trash. He does. Are you ready for that, or are you expecting?
I ain't heard him say nothing at all.
Nah, yeah, he does. No, you'll see.
If he talks trash, I'm gonna let his ass have it too. You know, I like to talk trash too, but you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we're gonna have to see each other in the ring. So I mean, I'm 100% ready. I'm 100% comfortable with whatever comes.
David,
after the Charlo fight, Canelo said nobody beats that version of him. What's your thoughts?
Nobody but David Benavidez.
David, if you beat Andre, does that make you the fighter of the year?
I think so. I don't really look at stuff like that, bro. I just go out there, I just try to give the best performances possible. If people want to give me that, then they'll give me that. I'm not really looking for anything like that. I'm just going out here and giving the fans the best fights possible.
Mm-hmm. Are you interested in seeing Crawford move up 3 divisions to fight Canelo?
Sí, pues yo creo que es un peleador bien difícil, bien técnico. Es muy bueno ahorita, pero yo creo que yo soy el mejor peleador. más fuerte, más rápido y más hambre ahorita. Yo creo que va a ser una pelea, no va a ser fácil, va a ser una pelea dura, pero yo creo que sí lo puedo sacar de ahí.
How special is it to be fighting?
Sorry, no, we gotta go. Thank you though. Appreciate it.
All right, David.